All right, here we go. I'm going to try to keep this under 30 minutes so the video doesn't go off. When I start talking about perfume, I can't help it. I started my channel with this video. I had a little intro video, but the main perfume video, I started this with the 18 reasons for 2018. So I'm back doing it again. Many requested it. Many's like, oh, this is such a cool concept for a channel. It wasn't my concept for the channel. Just happened to be New Year's. I just happened to be brand a therapeutic fragrance and wanted to do something unique. So I like reasons for everything I buy. So I put together the list, and lo and behold, because of all of that, I actually incorporated it in most of my reviews. You guys don't know this, but that is the big who section at the end of the reviews. The big why, not the who. Who came because of it, because I'm like, oh, if I do a why, who, what, when, where, how, it kind of all developed from there. So yeah, there's that. And out of that has developed many things that people have taken on themselves. Thought that was the coolest thing. The happy hour fragrance. I did that with St. Julep of Imaginary Authors, called that my happy hour fragrance. A couple people were like, I need a happy hour fragrance. I'm going to take that. I'm like, go ahead. That's awesome. To the morning commute fragrance. 3-hour fragrances that don't last are some of my favorite in my collection. I have a huge collection, so I like wearing multiple things all day. Able is my big one for that, or a layering one for the morning commute. You'll see here today. The creative fragrance, that's a huge one I use for all my design work and everything I do. I use my fragrances for inspiration to draw stuff out of me. It evokes emotion that I wouldn't get elsewise, and I believe helps my work. The reading fragrance, which that's not mine. There are social media accounts dedicated to fragrance and reading, which I love, but I use now. The vacation fragrance was one I came up with. And no, not when you're on vacation, but when you want to take a vacation in your dreary day, especially in the gray days of the Northwest here. So my reasons and my reviews are all stemmed from my video last year. Without further ado, we're going to get into the 19 reasons for 2019. Let's do this. All right. These aren't in order back here if you see them. So Auphorie 15, number 15. I got a sample of this. I remember the day when I put it on. I smelt it. I was actually messaging one of you guys at the very time. I was smelling all my samples, and look at the color. That's why I had to sample it. I get it, and it's the day I was introduced to real orriss butter right here in this stuff. I couldn't believe what I put on. I couldn't believe the excellent I smelled. I bought the last bottle available. I hunted it down, made a new relationship here that we're going to talk about later in the video. And yeah, I couldn't be happier with this. The damn it, orriss butter reason number one before even number 15. So yeah, if you don't know Auphorie, you got to get to know this house. It's just a must house to get to know. They're doing just great for work. And moving up to number 2 is none other than, where's it at? There we go. Then EO2, a fragrance I want for the rest of my life. The fragrance I say I want to pass down. It's musk in all of its glory. That you can see the musk hairs on the bottom of this from the musk pods. Look how thick that stuff is. This, oh my gosh, it is just the beast of a man accomplishing something fragrance. An accomplished man. Like, there's nothing better than wearing this after you've accomplished something very, very special and basking in it. The real musk, not synthetic, not nothing else. I check out the review. I really go into it there, and it's just that fragrance. After you smoke the cigar in victory, you bask in this, and it smells like nothing else. Got one of the best reactions ever from this, and I thought they were going to totally be turned off on it because it is animalic to the T. And they're cool guys, cool dudes, early 20s, mid 20s, and they smell it, and they're just like, whoa, what is that? They wanted more. I couldn't believe it. So EO2, my number 2 reason. Acquired it this year, so that's kind of what this is about. All right, Reason number 3, Colonia from Rosse Fort. Again, reviews up, not much more to say than that. If you want details of the fragrances, go to my reviews. Most of these are reviewed. If not, I'll try to talk about them more here. But just owning this, memories of my grandpa, just a fresh shipwray change up. It just, but you have to wear a lot. I mean, I put on half a mil to a mil when I wear this. You can see how much is gone already in that. And I mean, I've worn it probably 8 times only from that. I mean, that's a lot for 8 times. But it once you douse it like that, Rossi even gave me a shout out on his Instagram when I apply it, put it on like nobody's business. Put it on like a boss is what he called it. That's literally how you have to wear it. I had the sample, did not like it from the sample. Not that I didn't like it, it's pleasing. But when you splash on all this good natural goodness, light goodness in there, it just creates a sillage for the day that's glorious. And it's well priced, so it matches that. I mean, if it was an extra, you wouldn't have to apply it like that. It's a cologne, but totally worth. Presentation, rosewood box. Oh my gosh. That's my favorite box that I own right there. Wood is in my heart, so that's cool. Colonia, number 3, the shipwright. Takes me back to days with my grandpa. All right, I couldn't go crazy on Bortnikov line. I bought one. If you're familiar with Bortnikov and his partner, Russian Adam, you guys know, this is just the change up. It just adds a ton of sweetness to one of those Eastern perfumes and sweet florals that you're not used to. I get huge bubble gum, cocoa powder, like Nestle Quick cocoa powder, not dark. Just a fun, with oud, packed with oud fragrance. I mean, this is just a fun fragrance to wear. I love this thing. I wear this a lot too. I mean, this is an extra, so you don't need to wear much. I mean, I'm over 10 times on this too. So this is one of my main things. And all these are my main ones that I've worn a lot in 2019 also. And just a unique composition on the Areej Squee by Bortnikov. Reviews up. I go into detail there. You guys got the picture. Next, La Motte by Mimine de Trosa. Just the quintessential Valentine's fragrance for me. Not a fan of all the Mimine de Trosas. I've covered them, review on the channel, just to get my thoughts on stuff, you know, make it balanced. But this thing is out of this world. It's just a sugary paste featuring unique florals and trying to remember the comment. Is it Nordy Nor by Tom Ford? Somebody on Instagram, somebody I respect big time. It was A Life Through Her Lens. Can't believe I couldn't remember that. She's like, this is everything I wanted Nordy Nor to be. I've smelled Nordy Nor maybe once in the mall, so I can't really relate to that. But just wearing this is sexy, seductive, at the same time, just it's a great partner fragrance. It's a great him and her fragrance to wear together. It plays off the skin differently, and it's sticky, it's sweaty, it's almost like girl animalic, if you will. I have never used that term, but I'm using it here. Just a special composition that's out of this world. The presentation is bar none. It's Italian at its best. From box to this wooden coffin, you're unwrapping like 7 things before you even get to this. The box is wrapped, coffin's wrapped, then this is wrapped. I swear I don't do so many things to get to the perfume. And then the perfume speaks for everything that's presented in its bomb. All right, reason number 6. I own 3 of these. You can buy them in 3 miniatures. You'll understand why if you see the full butter price of why I only own 3 of these. They sell them 3 by 3 ml, so I have 9 ml. This is what perfume can be. That's my reason. When you're not constricted by a box and you can play with all the tools and all the oils, and you don't have a creative director saying it has to smell like everything else. Accent by Perfume. Smelling it, I remember it was one of the only snow days we had last year. I was in a Pete's coffee shop. I know the exact seat in the coffee shop I was in. I have like 2 pages of write-up on this, of review, that I still haven't done from last February. It is just unrestricted. It's got the smoke. It's got the asphalt feel to it. It's got goat hair feel to it. It's got brightness to it. It's got, I mean, they packed, if you look at the notes, they packed everything in there. It's got animal florals in it. It's got resins in it. It's just, it plays with everything on the pyramid. And there's so much transition when wearing this. This isn't for everybody. This is when you talk about challenging perfumes, this is a challenging perfume. But it broke open my mind early on in the sampling of what perfume can be and do, and that you're not restricted. That's the reason for Axum Perfume. The box is literally gold leaves in the box with these 3 of these things. Presentation's awesome. All right, lucky number 7. I thought I missed out on this. I talked about this many times. There's a review. Check it out. Russian Oud, Areej Dore. There's not much I can add if you follow my channel. It's all over the place, but I have to put it here. This, to me, is the quintessential Russian Atom Areej Dore release. This is, I call this the tipping point of the brand. His first 2 collections were out of this world, but something, you read the book Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. I mean, to me, this release is it was just that, and then it just took off from there, and just mass crowd follows him to where, I mean, he sells out in a day now for his stuff. I like a lot of his stuff better than this, but if I was going to own anything, if I had to buy one from the house, take one from the house of just what he put together and represents, it would be Russian Oud, believe it or not. Ooh, that would suck. So this is the same as the perfume. It's an attar. He, instead of making more perfume and more bottles, he bottled 100 of these up. They sold out so quick. Website was down 3 hours. But Russian Oud by Areej Dore, lucky to be able to smell this. Chocolate nude at its best with all that Areej love in it. I believe there's real deer musk in here also. All right, number 8. I mean, all these have been featured many times for my followers. Recap of the year. I mean, that's kind of what this is. Happy New Year's. New people, you want more details, go check out the stuff. Hyde, Harem Green, Instagram. I did a pic the day before the Olfaction Awards, and I almost put in the comments who I wanted to win. I didn't because I was being biased. But in my picture, you'll notice I positioned them very carefully who I thought was going to win. I missed one. I thought Birds of Prey by Regime de Flores was going to win. I did not smell Tom Elise's. I forget the name of her perfume. I still haven't smelled it. Still got to smell that one. That was the only one I didn't smell almost of all of them. But the Regime de Flores, I got it in. I really thought it was great enough to win. I have to smell hers. Dust, baby dust. I want to say something like that. I don't know the name, but I have to smell that. I'm sure it's better. But Hyde I had in there. I even messaged a couple people. I hope Hyde wins secretly. I didn't think it would. I had no clue. It won. I got to see the feed live. I found it. It connected right like 30 seconds before Hyde got announced winning. I couldn't believe it. I was as happy as they were. And Colorado was another one. But yeah, Hyde, Harem Green. This is what natural perfume can be. I was so sick of smelling so much natural perfume. Just the same stuff, just mixing, basically smelling. If you want to know how I really feel about it, look at my Heretic perfumes. Not even a review. I couldn't even review them. I do love their Dirty Lemon, but so far the house was it was like just pouring essential oils and releasing stuff. That's what it was like you'd buy from doTERRA or your local housewife essential oils. Nothing. Then I smell something like this. I'm like, how the heck is this all natural? Best incense accord I own, bar none. Best comment I ever got. A commenter said it smells like barbecue on his skin, but it's lovely. It is just a powerful perfume. I put it on this morning as I was reviewing this. But Hyde, Harem Green. All right, I think we're on number 9. I got into some vintage perfumes now that Oak Moss is pretty much outlawed. This is the most inspiring one I have. Emmanuel Ungaro Girl Pohom 3. This was released in 1993. I tried to do the batch with somebody on here who knew batch codes. He took me to the website it didn't work. It didn't pull up. So I know it's old from the bottle and the cap. And I know it smells really good. But if you look, check out these notes. We got to read these notes. 1993. We're 2019. So just imagine the notes back then were just basic. So check out these notes. Top notes: orange, mahogany, coriander, lavender, vodka, sage, and lemon. Middle: jasmine, lily of the valley, rose, geranium, kind of normal. Base: sandalwood, patchouli, musk, oak moss, vetiver, cedar. Usually it's oak moss or patchouli. They add both. I mean, if you take the time this was released and these notes, to me, this is one of the most groundbreaking perfumes there is. And smelling this is, I mean, I was a senior then. I wish I would have bought this over Obsession or Eternity, even though those versions smelled really good back then. But this is, I can't imagine the original version of this. Just amazing stuff right here. So finding vintages and relearning classics, reason number 8. 9. All right, coming in at 10, I did a whole category. We could break this down into 20 things. I only brought a couple things out. It is oud. Oops. So we got oud right here. Some of the best chips I own from Insar. It's a gift for a huge order I placed. They're sinking grade. I haven't burned this Black Papua. And then Oud Yusuf sold out now. It's on his Legends page. This it was his cheapest. I brought one of his other cheapest out now. But if you've never smelled oud before or been turned off by it, you have to smell this first. If you've written off oud, you have to smell something like this first. One of his beginner ouds first, and it might just turn everything around for you. I've smelled the bad ouds. Yes, I don't like them either. The real fecal stuff, I can put up with it now. I've learned about it now. But something like this, it is just, I can't explain the sweet, fruity love you get from something like this. This is one I picked. This is one that's cheaper. I think it's $100, which is dirt cheap for oud. Kasuma, it's a Cambodia Thai mix. Just way more dirty than that, but oud's oud, number 10 on my list. Discovering this oil and what it does, what it's done with my workouts, what it's done with my mood, just how it's uplifted, changed everything. Oud has to be mentioned on this list as a reason for my fragrance journey in 2019. All right, number 11. When pulling this stuff up, when opening it, it's just one of those things that blow your mind, and you experience something so new, something you've never had before. That's why I keep doing this, because I keep finding that stuff. It's Bogue Mem. Unbelievable the work Antonio is doing. This is one ingredient, 4 different versions of that ingredient, of what one ingredient can do, from the floral tops to the dirty animalics to just everything. A lavender, and I'm not a huge lavender fan, and this just blew. It's like a liquor lavender too, that works against his house accord. If you've never smelled anything from Bogue, especially Mem, as a fragrance enthusiast, this is the must to get your nose on it. Even if you hate it, of what an ingredient can be and do. That's the reason for it, what an ingredient can be or do. Bogue Mem. Number 11. All right. I mentioned Areej Perfume a lot, and it's just because she's one of us in the community, set up one of the most unique stores that I found some of the best stuff out of. So meeting her and her store, and just, she's good people. I'm with her on social media. This she doesn't pay me a thing. She doesn't give me anything. I buy everything from her. And when I introduce myself to most people, almost everybody, I don't let them know who I am. I just buy as a normal customer because I want that experience. There's a couple times where I already knew what I wanted from the brand and approached the brand because I was looking for answers. But as far as most of the time, I just come as a normal 95% of the time as a customer, which I have with Areej Perfume. Formed a friendship over that. And some of the stuff she carries is that Auphorie number 15. Wouldn't have got that without her. She just brings in unique stuff into the U.S. Another thing is with her, Out of This World by the brand's called Aroma Atom, better known by Marina Barcelona. And this was to teach kids what outer space smelled like. Genius, brilliant use of perfume. She's using it in education. Just smelling that, I know exactly where I was when I reviewed this. I did a review on this when I wrote this review and wore this. I know the table in Starbucks. No, I wasn't even at a table. I was in a couch seat. Man, the picture, I can almost taste the coffee. Amazing stuff. But this is what outer space smells like. And she goes, lets kids smell it at the same time, teaching them. Genius. One of my most worn summer fragrances, I had to hold back on it and almost use, what did I use? I used the Aqua by Bulgari, just because that was like in 1 week. And I'm like, that's too expensive to go through like that. This stuff's so good. Grave, Slumber House. That a freshie can be awesome. It's the reason for this. Grave, Slumber House. Freshie can be awesome. He listened to us. The bottles have changed. So he went from a great bottle design to this back to a really good bottle design professional. Grave, just a cool mint freshie that now I can have a freshie. Most of them I can't stand. They blow up the soap on me. But done light-handed Slumber House style. All right, I believe we're at 14 now. Valkyrie by Sylvain Delacourt. This is about a house building a unique base layer that builds the entire house. So I think she's at 4 now. She literally, and then she builds like 6 perfumes from the base accord. This was a hunt for real vanilla that she had to have, which is really, really expensive now. It's the best vanilla that I own. I use this as my morning commute fragrance too, but it lasts a lot longer. I layer with that vanilla some of my other stuff that especially tobacco fragrances, oud fragrances, my heavier fragrances, I'll put on later in the day after a workout or whatever. But put this on in the morning. So that's kind of how I've used her stuff. But watching a house be built off an accord is the reason for this, and watching her do that. I think Orange Blossom's her newest one that I saw in some emails. So I need to get those samples. I got her musk. I have a little 15 ml of it, and then I have this. So heavy bottle. Heaviest bottle I own. Okay, number 15, the quintessential morning commute fragrance, Abel. I went with white vetiver. I would have went with gray lavender. It wasn't on sale at the time. I got this for, I think, 25% off. Random sales that Tiger Lily does. So I snatched that up when I was on sale, the white vetiver one. That was like my 3rd pick. Out of the line, gray lavender was my first. I believe the Neroli is my 2nd. But yeah, the morning commute fragrance, it only lasts 3 hours on my skin. Some people report more. But yeah, learning that I can put on naturals, perfect for gym, perfect for anything. It's just to pick me up and smell decent wherever you want to go and you want to think about it. Any Abels. I mean, I could own them all and go through them like crazy. I did the summer. I mean, I bought this in September, and the month of September, I usually pretty heavy. The vetiver, the grass scent was just, yeah, I'll start using it in spring. But yeah, for those reasons. We're at 16, Scent Celine, good and bad. One of the worst orders and best orders at the same time I've ever had. It taught me a lot. I bought real deer musk from them. I bought one of the most beautiful roses ever from them that got ruined from keeping the heat. I didn't know how to keep it, unfortunately. Bought some ouds from them, good and bad. Bad ouds, good ouds. Their Thai oud I do like a lot, just learning a lot. Sandalwood, I own a lot of sandalwood. This one smells perfumey to me, like something's added in it. Yeah, it does out of the bottle. A ton of Atars from them that I bought. Amouage. The Amouage old Atars, they decant. That's some of the best perfume that I own. I could get behind those Amouages all day. I don't know why Amouage doesn't make those in that formulation. Some of the best stuff I've worn. In the summer, I have a review of the summer one. I don't know the name of it, but if you search Amoage, I only have a couple reviews. You should be able to find it easy on the channel. But yeah, Scent Celine for those reasons. The Stick It To You company, Rogue Perfumery. Back in February, Wasps from the Loft reviewed this. And that day they reviewed it, I went and bought the sample pack from Rogue, one of the funnest sample packs I got. It got me into the vintages. I'm like, man, I need this oak moss. And I found out how to get it in older compositions, which I have some regrets of buying from Rogue from that, because I've learned I didn't know what fougere was at the time. And I got some of these older fougeres that are just out of this world, really out of this world, that taught me a lot about that category of fragrance. But this stands on its own. This is just a great shipwright. I own a ton of shipwrights. It's probably my favorite category. It has to be old school or something like what Rogue's doing, or the Colonia, that kind of, or Bogue. Bogue's taking their shipwright out of this world. Oh, it's just old. I smelled this on Men Grown Up. This just profile to a T. It's non-effra on the packaging, so I say it over and over again. I've met with some strong people in the industry that agree with the non-effra stuff, so I'm going to stick to my guns with the non-effra stuff. I think IFRA's bad for the community as a whole. I'm behind Rogue for what they're doing. We can argue all day about the aroma chemicals they're using, but honestly, the IFRA compatible chemicals that are approved, I think it's just because they don't have full-out studies on them. So that argument goes against them also. So I'd rather me as a consumer have a choice both ways. But for Rogue doing what they're doing and bringing back old school stuff, that's my reason here. All right. Number 18, Hans Henley's Bourbon. I could have easily put Bloodline here, but I only own a sample of it. I pretty much asked him as nice as I could and as long as a pretty paragraph as I could for a sample if he had any left. I had a subscriber just who I love their taste said they would bottle buy, and they're very careful with bottle buys. And so I'm like, I got to smell this then. And with my full order, he put in a sample of it. And this is the Easter egg of the video. If you stayed around, this is your Easter egg. Since I don't have full bottle Bloodline, I didn't include it here, but this is this is just as worthy. But the Bloodline is the best cedar I've ever put my nose on. It's a distillation from his farm. There might be another batch of it coming. I hope it's as good as in Bloodline. I really do. Hans Henley is one of the best people. I talked to him. He's one of the coolest people, American perfumers there are right now. And that release, if it's released, that's one of those ones you go fight Chuck Norris for. Do what you can to get it run. You'll be competing with me. So that's the Easter egg of the video. It's that good. Move to the EDC of bourbon. This is, I haven't owned that a month yet. Look at that. That was full, tip top full, by the way. And this stuff could be my signature scent easy. I can wear it anytime, anywhere, any place. It just works. It's pleasing to me. It does everything I want in perfume for me. I don't have to, I know it'll be remade, so I don't have to have that back worry like, oh, it's like the EO one. I call that, if I could get that unlimited and the price was right, that would be my signature scent. But this is just clean, classic, gentleman fragrance. People love it at the same time. No complaints from anybody. EDC, I don't have the extra, haven't tried the extra. Oh, I do. I tried it. The extrate's definitely way more wintry. But I'll wear this in the summer. I'll wear this anytime, this EDC. And I'm wearing the heck out of it. I'll probably put it on tonight. We'll see how the hide holds up later on. In a few hours, it'll be about 9-10 hours in. But I'll probably wear this tonight. I haven't been wearing it lots of nights. Hans Henley Bourbon, 18. Number 19. Tuca Tatau, House of Matriarch. The vacation fragrance literally transports me back in time. I bring this up, Timmy, the collab from Imagine Scent on here. I think this is my opinion little section of the reasons. I wish there was more of the collabs with reviewers going on. I wish companies would give reviewers way more credit than they get. I think the reviewers do a lot of work and help promo it and are doing a lot of free stuff that's unrecognized. There's this battle of people begging, but when you go and do a collab and push that, a lot of people bought this because of that collab. And I just like to see more credit from companies. I'd like to see something figured out to where there's more of that. We're working together to create better perfume. That's what it's all about. we can just get to that baseline and not worry about backstabbing and not worry about all the BS, the good people. We're in social media. We can talk. You kind of know who the good people are. You can get to know them. When they cross certain lines, fine, they're done with. You know, you got burnt, it's fine. Go. There's plenty of good people. And I just wish we could find that line better to create together and just push this perfume thing better. My opinion, my piece, but this is the escape to a vacation. Love what Timmy did here. It's nothing like, I can tell his hands are on this because I own like 7 to 8 other HOMs that I've tried many others. There's nothing like this in their collection, this beach musk that they have. So he definitely put it. Battery died. He definitely put a big thumbprint on that. And yeah, I mean, I should go to the page, should link to his YouTube. It might have, at one time, it might not have, but just a better branding collab solution between companies. I'm not pointing any fingers here. Just as we move forward, it's something real. We're passionate. And if we can help push stuff for a company, that's a good thing. But it needs to go both ways a little bit. I'm also discouraged by the same company. Somebody had to tell me, I was like, oh, this stuff's good. You mean, oh, the collab with, I'm like, she didn't do it. And then it's in a little paragraph up there. I'm like, oh, she did. Oopsie me. All right. As always with therapeutic fragrance, you get bonuses. What's my bonus? If you've been staring, I don't know if the perfume showed up or not. I've been moving the camera up and down between battery jumps. But the bonus, the video's up yesterday, is Centauri's Dore. I had no clue. I wrote this whole list before this was released. But seeing the whole journey of this perfume to fruition is the bonus reason for this and my reason for owning it. It's 2019. Literally got it yesterday, so it squeaked into this list. We'll see if it jogs any memories for next year's list or not. That caused stuff for next year. I mean, this was a tighter kept secret than any Apple product release there was as far as details of notes, launch date, and whatnot. But yeah, so my bonus. Dore by Centauri. There, I think I pronounced it right finally. I did not in my video. Review's up, or not review, but my unboxing. It's pretty detailed. I mean, you get to see like the first hour of of me just being wowed by this thing. It's incredible. I watched it back and I was like, wow, it's all real. It's all off the top of my head. All I saw was Peter's initial video and my reactions to what it was, honest reactions. I mean, I had to go back and because I'm not here to be negative. See the video. It's there. All right, everyone. Here's to making better fragrance memories in 2020 and becoming better people. Happy New Year. The journey continues. Be blessed.